Most people are taught to play the game of life by a set of rules that were written for a world that no longer exists. We are told to go to school, get good grades, and find a safe job with a pension. But in 2026, the middle class is shrinking, inflation is eating savings, and job security is an illusion. In 1997, Robert Kiyosaki released a book that challenged everything we thought we knew about money. It wasn't just a book about finance, it was a manifesto for financial revolution. Today, we are going beyond the surface. We are breaking down every lesson, every controversy, and every strategy in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Robert had two fathers. His poor dad was his biological father, the head of the Hawaii State Department of Education. He was brilliant, highly educated, and earned a significant salary. Yet he struggled with debt his entire life and died with nothing to leave behind. His rich dad was actually his best friend's father. He never finished the 8th grade. He didn't have a PhD, but he ended up becoming one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii, leaving a multi-million-dollar empire to his family and his church. The difference wasn't their income, it was their language. A poor dad said, "The love of money is the root of all evil." Rich dad said, "The lack of money is the root of all evil." Poor dad encouraged Robert to be a specialist, to get a PhD and become a smart employee. Rich dad encouraged Robert to be a generalist, to learn how to hire smart people. One dad taught him how to write an impressive resume to find a job. The other taught him how to write strong business and financial plans to create jobs. Why do most people stay stuck in the 9-to-5 grind? Kiyosaki calls it the rat race. It's driven by two primary human emotions, fear and desire. First, the fear of being without money drives you to work hard. Then once you get that paycheck, desire or greed kicks in. You start thinking about all the things you can buy: a new phone, a better car, a bigger house. This creates a cycle. You work, you earn, you spend, and because you spent, your fear of being broke returns, so you go back to work. Even if you get a raise, most people just increase their spending. This is called lifestyle creep. Fear plus desire equals the rat race. Rich dad taught Robert that the only way to beat this is to stop working for money and start building assets that work for you. Money is an illusion. If you think money is real, you will work harder for it. If you understand that it's just a tool, you will find ways to create it out of thin air. Financial literacy is more than just math. It's about understanding the story the numbers are telling you. The most important rule in the book is this: you must know the difference between an asset and a liability. An asset puts money into your pocket whether you work or not. Rental property, stocks, royalties, automated businesses. A liability takes money out of your pocket: your car, your credit card debt, and yes, your house. This is where Kiyosaki became famous and controversial. He claims your house is not an asset. Why? Because it doesn't pay you, you pay for it. Even if the value goes up, you're still paying taxes, insurance, and maintenance every month. An asset must provide cash flow. The rich buy assets, the poor only have expenses. The middle class buys liabilities they think are assets. There is a major difference between your profession and your business. Your profession is what you do for at least 40 hours a week to earn a salary. You might be a banker, a teacher, or a lawyer, but your business revolves around your asset column. Kiyosaki tells a story about Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's. Ray asked a group of MBA students, "What business am I in?" They laughed and said, "The hamburger business." Ray replied, "No, I'm in the real estate business." He knew that the burgers were the profession that paid for the business, which was owning the land under every McDonald's. To get rich, you must keep your day job but start building your own business by acquiring assets that grow while you sleep. Remember, your job is not your business. Most people think the rich pay more in taxes, but it's actually the opposite. The poor and middle class pay the most because they earn earned income or wages. The rich use the power of corporations. A corporation is not a building with a logo, it's just a legal document, a folder in a lawyer's office. It allows the rich to follow a different set of rules. Employees earn, get taxed, spend. Corporations earn, spend everything possible, get taxed on what's left. By owning a corporation, you can pay for your car, your meals, and your travel as business expenses before you ever pay the government a dime. This is the ultimate cheat code for wealth building. The rich invent money because they have a high financial IQ. Kiyosaki breaks this down into 4 specific skills you must master. Accounting, the ability to read financial statements. If you can't read the scoreboard, you can't win the game. Investing, the strategy of making money, understanding the math of a deal. Understanding markets, knowing supply and demand. Is there a technical reason to buy now? The law, understanding tax advantages and how to protect yourself from lawsuits. If you have these 4 skills, you will see opportunities that others miss. You won't ask for a job, you will create a deal. Robert's poor dad was horrified when Robert took a job at Xerox. Why? Because Robert didn't take the job for the salary, he took it to learn sales. He was a shy person who was terrified of rejection. He knew that if he couldn't sell, he could never be a business owner. Once he became the #1 salesperson at Xerox, he quit to start his own business. The lesson here is to look for jobs based on the skills they offer. If you want to learn about systems, work at a franchise. If you want to learn about people, work in marketing. If you want to learn about money, work at a bank. Always remember to prioritize your skills over your salary. Even if you have the knowledge, you might still fail. There are 4 obstacles that stop even the smartest people. Number 1, fear, the fear of losing money. The rich don't play to not lose, they play to win. Number 2, laziness, usually hidden as staying busy. People stay busy at work so they don't have to face their financial reality. Number 3, bad habits, paying your bills before you pay yourself. You must pay yourself first to force your brain to find new ways to make money. Number 4, arrogance, thinking what you don't know isn't important. So how do you actually start? Kiyosaki gives us a roadmap. Find a reason greater than reality. Why do you want to be rich? Freedom, family. If your why isn't strong, you will quit. Choose friends carefully. Don't listen to poor, cynical people. Surround yourself with people who talk about ideas, not people. Master a formula, then learn a new one. Don't just learn one way to make money. Keep evolving. Pay your professionals well. A great accountant and a great lawyer are worth 10x what you pay them. Be a giver first. If you want money, give money. If you want a deal, help someone else find a deal. Wealth is not a number in a bank account. Wealth is the freedom to live life on your terms. Most people will watch this video and go back to their 9-to-5 doing exactly what they've always done. But you have the information now. You know the difference between an asset and a liability. You know the power of a corporation. You know that the rich don't work for money. The only question left is, are you going to keep running the rat race, or are you going to start building your empire? If you want more deep dives into the books that build millionaires, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below. What is the first asset you're going to buy this year?